Good day, everyone. This is the Flagler Weather Update, December 7th, 2025. Let us just remember Pearl Harbor on this date in 1941. Horrible attack that occurred there. But let's get right to the weather. We're looking at a silent image. And so, what has been going on? Why has it been so unsettled the last day or two here? And we've had parades canceled and all kinds of stuff going on. I hope some of you did get to see the Christmas train that went to Bunnell last night. And maybe some of you even got down to New Smyrna Beach and got to meet Santa Claus. And lots of stuff going on around here, despite the weather canceling some things. So, we've got a cold front that's kind of hanging out right here. And you can see my mouse going back and forth. Down here in southern Florida, it's a nice warm day down there. They're in the 80s. They're in their bikinis. They're having fun down here. But when you get north of Cape Kennedy, that's where things dramatically change. And we have this front. It's stalled. So usually cold fronts bring dry, clear weather, but sometimes they don't. This is stalled here, and with it being stalled, moisture is kind of running up over the top of it, and they call that overrunning, and that can make for some unsettled weather, especially north of that frontal boundary, as that moisture runs over the top of the front and goes out over the top of it, squeezes the moisture out, excuse me, and that is why we're in this unsettled mess up here. But we do need the rain, and don't even have any rainfall total just yet. But we went through to November with many stations reporting 0 inches of rain for the month of November. So we definitely need this rain. A little bit of lightning out there, and we're going to talk more about that. I see a little flip out there. So there's a potential for some severe weather. So let's go talk about that right now. What's the National Weather Service thinking about that? So a quick look at the radar as things stand right now. You can see the bulk of the action, but you can see other cells and stuff trying to spin up and get going here to our west. And let's take a look at whoops, wrong one, sorry. There we go. This is what I wanted. So this area here, including Flagler County, this is under risk. Anywhere in this dark area here is under risk of severe weather today. Now, that is a very, 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 very low risk. So we have a low risk of gusts up to 60 miles per hour in any thunderstorms. We're not expecting any severe hail, but they can't 100% rule it out. But the odd tornado cannot be ruled out either. And some of us remember the Starlight tornado that occurred, as they called it, the Starlight tornado occurred in 2013. And it was in a situation a little bit similar to this. So I'm not saying we're going to have a tornado, but there is that very low risk of severe weather. And it's basically from Flagler County points southward is where that exists. Probably higher chances further south than up by us because we're kind of in this cool, stable area, but we cannot rule that out. So take a look at how much rainfall we're looking to get when we're all said and done here. Maybe inch and a half, maybe a little bit more, maybe about 2 inches up by Jacksonville. And this map gets updated as the forecast gets more fine-tuned. So let's go ahead and take a look. Why is all this going on here? So we have a stalled front that came through yesterday, and it's hanging out over Central Florida. And as we get to Monday now, so let's back up to today. This other front, weak low pressure system, this catches up with us. And then by Monday, it pushes it to the south. Still some overrunning moisture a little bit, but when we get to Tuesday, high pressure begins to build in, cooling things off and drying things out across Flagler County. So let's take a closer look at what's going to be expected in the next several days. So today, we got a high chance of rain. Matter of fact, it's been raining just about off and on the entire day. So 94% chance of rain across the entire county. I might as well just call it 100%, folks, because it's already rained. For tonight, the rain chances stay with us, about an 80% chance overnight tonight. Tomorrow, though, those rain chances begin to dwindle considerably, with rain chances about 20%. And as we go through the rest of the week, we stay pretty dry. We don't see any other rain chances getting back into the picture until maybe Friday, a very slight chance, maybe about a 10-20% chance. And, of course, as the forecast goes along, we'll see if this gets updated as we go into Friday night. Still a very slight chance going into the weekend. Looks Saturday, at least right now, looks dry. But what about the temperatures, too? So, before we get to that, let's talk about winds real quick. And again, we will go about here. And so what kind of wind gusts? So today, a little breezy, 10, 15 miles an hour. Tonight, though, tomorrow rather, Monday gets a little breezier, so gusts up to 25, 24 miles per hour right along the beaches, into the 20s up out to US 1, and then gusts up to the teens further inland. And as we go through the rest of the week, we just see maybe towards the end of the week, maybe towards Saturday, gets a little breezy again, especially right along the coast here, but we don't see anything real significant. So let's talk about temperatures, because we're going to feel some changes in the temperatures. Now, of course, it's rather cool and damp out there right now. High temperatures right about 70 degrees today across Flagler County. Personally, I don't think we're going to make that, but if the sun manages to break out of the cloud a little bit, or if that front wanders a bit to the north, which it can, we may see these temperatures warm up a little bit. For tonight, we're going to be down into the maybe upper 50s largely, lower 60s beaches. And as we get into Monday, back to about 70 degrees or so. So not too bad. And then Monday night, Tuesday morning, we get down into the lower 50s. So even some upper 40s inland out here by Mondex. You're going to be looking at 47, 48 degrees. And then as we go into Tuesday, high temperatures, a little bit cooler. Highs just getting into the 60s, mid 60s largely across the county. And as we go further into the week, Thursday morning, down into the 40s once again. So we're not seeing any freezes. We're definitely seeing some cooler air getting into the picture. So upper 40s largely, maybe some mid-50s beaches by Thursday. And then high temperatures Thursday again, rebounding a little bit into the lower 70s. As we go through the rest of the week, by Friday, we're getting into the mid-70s for highs. Friday night, we're down into the maybe right around 50 degrees, upper 40s. And as we go further on, looking for Saturday morning now. It looks to be the chilliest day, or chilliest night would be Friday night, Saturday morning, at least in this forecast. So we're looking at lows down into the 30s on, Saturday night, Sunday morning. So Saturday night, Sunday morning looks to be the coldest for the 7-day forecast, with temperatures bottoming out near 40 degrees on the east side of the county, maybe 45 at the beaches, but upper 30s inland. So like Daytona North, Mondex, Cody's Corner, upper 30s. Now, this is 7 days out. This forecast can change. So, stay tuned. We'll be doing updates, throughout the week. And if there's big changes, we'll do another video update in the middle part of the week. So we talked about the winds, we talked about the temperatures, we talked about the rain chances. Let's go back to rainfall, and let's talk about how much rain could we possibly get. So rainfall amounts here, looking as we go through the next several days, next 24 hours, maybe inch and a half. And as we go through the rest of the week, we pretty much stay that way. So when we're all done here, maybe inch and a half. Now, if we get a thunderstorm, we could see some locally higher amounts than that. So how dry is it? Well, the drought indexes have been in the 300s. Usually don't start getting into the trouble until you get over 500. So fortunately, because even though November was dry, we had no rain for the entire month of November with the exception of a few places. We had a lot of rain in October and a lot of rain in September. So that kind of saved us a little bit, because these areas here to the west, these are very dry areas. They've been having wildfire problems out to the west of us and to the north of us, to the south of us. So we've been fortunate right in this area here. Now let's go further on. Now taking a look at temperature outlooks and such, how things are going to look on the further future. So this takes us from December 12th to December 16th, and we're looking at temperatures to be cooler than normal. That's what's expected. So it looks like a cool snap is on the way for the middle part of December. Precipitation, let's take a look at that. We're looking at below normal precipitation. We could use a little bit more rain. Going further into up to December 20th, still looking at cooler than normal temperatures. And precipitation, if I can get it to work here, well, I can tell you precipitation, maybe equal chances of above or below normal. I can't get the thing to, there we go. So about normal precipitation chances are expected into the middle part of December. So looks to be a cool snap in the middle of December. So, folks, that's going to wrap it up for this forecast. Again, thank you for watching. If you missed it, you can rewind. We'll also post the YouTube link as well. But you can rewind this to re-watch it if you'd like. So everybody out there, have a great day. Have a great week ahead. And if there's big changes, we'll be back Wednesday or so. If not, we'll be back next weekend. Everybody have a great week and enjoy your day.